Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon.
So be sure to text Ready to Buy, that's Ready to Buy, to the number on the screen. Starting pricing for low-end software, $100. And starting pricing for high-end software, $500.
We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal's buyer's protection guarantee.
You've been credited with like almost creating hip hop R&B.
Yes, sir.
Through your mixes, especially I believe it's the Stephanie Mills.
Absolutely. Something in the way you make me feel.
Something in the way you make me feel.
Yes,
See,
sir.
that's the type of shit that really made you stand out. Like,
Yes,
I feel like it was those type of mixes where you said you dressed up the hip hop shit. That's the way you dressed it up, by taking some shit like that.
Putting a break beat
Mills
to it.
record, but then exactly put the break beat to it.
And that changed the whole R&B game. Now you had to make records with break beats, like Mary. You know, Mary came out, you know.
I was gonna say
and that whole changed the whole game of how R&B music was supposed to, it was made now.
If
and
you
when me
really...
and Stephanie got a chance to do it live, it was crazy because we didn't plan it. The promoter I've been working with for 20 years, Ann Paris, he manages her. And I had a show with him in Indiana. He called Stephanie and made her come to Indiana. And she was backstage waiting. And when I got on stage, she just showed up. I stopped everything we did, and it went viral. We put it on the thing, went viral. But I never met her before. We never did it before, never practiced it. It was right there on the spot. And I remember Questlove, after Questlove seen it, he had pulled me to the side. He was like, yo, kid, that was some hip hop shit right there. Like, that was crazy. So, you know, it was a special moment, but that mix really changed the game as far as how music was going to be made.
Exactly. Like, if you really like analyze, I can see how your man P. Diddy, okay, Love, Mr. Love, whatever you call it yourself these days, actually took influences from you.
You better believe it.
And Grand Poobah.
You better believe it. He told me
those two people right there. It's like he mixed that Harlem energy. Even though you're from the Bronx, I feel like your tapes were more synonymous with Harlem. And
absolutely.
And you had that Harlem energy to what was going on at the time. And then Poobah. See, Puffy really came up in Westchester. I used to see him at all the Mount Vernon high school parties and all that. He keep talking all this Harlem shit, but trust me, he was growing up in Westchester and shit in Mount Vernon. So that's why somebody like Poobah, you know, has an influence on that whole, you know what I mean? Shit, Poobah came before them, and like Heavy D actually got big. Poobah made records first, but Heavy D was like bigger before. You know what I mean? Poobah, and this dude definitely took little elements from Poobah for a while, and then he definitely ran that whole let's do the Kid Capri formula.
Everybody, let me be very frank with you, man. I hope this don't sound no kind of way. Everybody took Kid Capri shit. Everybody took my blueprint and ran with it. DJs wasn't talking on the microphones like that. Niggas wasn't flossing up.
That's true.
I made it. I brought the money to the DJ game. Before me, the money wasn't brought like that. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple of people that was getting a little bread, but it wasn't like that on the whole. I brought the money. I brought the flyness. I showed you how to be an artist. I made DJ be looked at as an artist, and that wasn't the deal before I landed. When I landed, it became a business now. Now you see what's going on. Had all this going on, had any of this be going on, had I not did what I did, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know what I did, it created dudes to have opportunity to create to take care of their families, create opportunities for other people. You know, it made them look like as an artist instead of being looked at as somebody just standing behind somebody. At one time, the DJs was getting paid $100. You know, now they, you know, you get paid thousands of dollars. Why? Because of the blueprint that I put out there. You know what I'm saying? And when my movie come out, it's going to set a whole lot of shit straight. It's going to, you know, because sometimes people forget, or sometimes people make people think it started with them, or, you know, they'll take what you did and run with it. Don't give you the credit for it, which I don't even look for that, because that's what legends do and icons do. They innovate and they move on. They don't sit around soaking on what people take from them, because that's the whole point of doing it. You innovate to make people want to do it. So, but then there's a story. There's the real story. So when the real story comes, that's when people are gonna be like, oh, okay, all right. So it didn't go that way. It went like this. And you know, the one thing about a person like me, when you're a person like me that don't have a bad track record, you know, I don't do bad business with people. There's nothing out there that say Kid Kapri shit on people. None of that. When you don't have that type of record, your word is trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? What you say out your mouth, people hold tight to that, and they believe in what you say. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you always have done. And I'm very proud. I'm more proud of that than I am of my career, because I'm a man first. Fuck the business. I'm a man first. So, and the respect is the number one thing before any of this. So if I don't respect myself to be truthful, to be transparent and be real with people, how can I expect people to be real with me and be transparent with me and treat me as such? So that's how I always carry myself, to where there's no blemishes. You can never pull up and say, Kid did this and did that. Go ahead and find it, unless it's something that somebody made up. But go ahead and find it. And I'm very proud of that. And it means a lot to me to keep that, because now when I do something or say something, it's believable. It's not nothing that you got to question. You know it's the truth because I said it. And that's what I'm proud of.
Facts. Let's clap it up for that. I can't really I can't think back and ever really think of a time where I heard some fuck shit about Kid Kapri. You know what I mean? Right. Like somebody saying something negative. It just never happened to me. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody else, but for me, I've never heard nothing about you.
We probably got somebody that might have said some shit to somebody else about us out of hate, out of being mad, right, jealous, whatever the case may be. You know, right, we're not perfect, but you know, we're human beings. But as far as yourself putting things out there to make to bring that type of attention, I never done that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if anything is said, it's made up.